Everyone.
Welcome to Practical Principles. This is Practical Prince. Today's our Talk and Tarot segment, so go ahead and drop questions if you have them. Otherwise, I'll just be setting up and prepping decks. We'll go ahead and turn on the chat. Change the background. We'll see if I like that better. Apparently that's a thing I can do. So, or maybe I'll do something else. Let's see. We've got a nice animation going on in this one, I think. Can't see much of it though, so maybe this one. It is a little more colorful, so nah. It's got, we'll settle with that. More geometric. Yep. So let's see. I'll set up. I'll leave the mats for now. We'll see if somebody pops in first, and then we can pull out the corresponding thing. Which ones did I need to shuffle? I think Destiny was already prepped. So this one definitely needs a shuffle. Downside of not taking pictures during the spreads and whatnot is that then I have to recreate them, and then I go through the deck. So this time I didn't shuffle them, but we'll just do that now. I guess in the future I could do it in advance. It's an option. Okay. Yeah, okay. We do have the phone in case we want to show spreads, so that would be nice. Assuming all these cords don't get too tangled. And yeah. Hope you're all doing well. And yeah. I should probably follow up on the emails I get from Nico. The thing is, they're not in English, so I'll need to throw them into Google Translator or something. For all I know, it's like the Facebook notifications, which are like, hey, you should join groups, or hey, did you know you set up a live stream? Yes, I do. So, I think I figured out the spreads for myself from the last time. But don't know that I'm much closer to knowing my purpose goal, so we'll just see. Philosophy went pretty well. I think we had a viewer this week. And yeah, it'll start to get more interesting as we work through that. We're moving from individual to multiple individuals, society. So that'll be interesting. Yeah. Guess I'll just enjoy the sliding of these cards as they pass by. I just imagine the scene from Stranger Than Fiction when he's sliding the folders, and he's thinking deeply about how the narrator said that he thought it was the sound of the ocean or something, and he just gets lost in that. There we go. Okay, that one is ready. Yeah, I don't think I had Destiny, but I definitely had Cosmo. So let's give these a shuffle as well. The Destiny deck creator is making some more decks, and I have caved and I'm getting those. There's another Kickstarter deck that I was looking at. I'm not sure I'll cave and get that. It's not like I'm making income on this yet. I haven't set up any products, so I ought to be a little stingy with my money if I want it to last. I mean, it seems interesting. I need to get a closer look at the art, and they do have that. But one of the unique things about it is that it's got a augmented reality guide. So it has a companion app, and you point it at, whatever card in that deck, and it'll start showing a 3D version, and then you can tap on the different elements they included in it to learn more about it. And then it's also got stuff for spreads. So, not that I really need the spread stuff, and I'm not sure. Not sure I need the explanation of the symbols, because I mean, part of tarot is how you interpret the cards, and it's not as systemic as people might think it is. So there's that intuitive element sometimes, because I know I've pulled a card where I know the definition, the explanation that came with it is one thing, but the way I read it is different. It's one of the Lost Forest. I want to say it's the 8 of Fire, because it's very similar to the 7 of Fire. I think both of these are burnt trees. And so I want to touch on renewal and both. Like I would interpret those almost the same. But yeah, there was some sort of distinction, and I can't remember exactly what it was. How do these stack? Okay. So that deck is ready. I feel like I should shuffle Destiny, but I'm pretty sure I didn't end up using it last time. So maybe, yeah, we'll see. I might as well, while I'm here, waiting to entertain. yeah, thankfully the wedding stuff is going well, so um, that'll calm down. A little worried though that I need to set time aside to go through all my stuff. Well, more specifically, all the stuff I don't regularly interact with, because I should probably be getting rid of it and donating it to make room for my bride. And unfortunately, all of her extra baggage, literal baggage. Um, so, pros and cons. I'm probably overdue for pruning my stuff. So, um, hope you're doing well. If you've got questions, go ahead and drop them in. Or if you just want to chat, that's more than welcome. Otherwise, we're just getting these decks ready for if and when they're needed. And who knows, if we don't have questions, maybe we'll just meander through like the spread machine or something. Have some fun there. It was interesting using the spread machine spreads last time. Although I feel like for the most part, I usually just intuit what spread I need or I'm going to do. So, yeah. Maybe if I did do an Etsy sort of thing, then maybe I'd use them more to formalize stuff. But it is, in a sense, just extra. And some questions just aren't conducive to a specific spread. Like, there's been a few where it's like, don't know how many cards we need, but we need cards, so we'll flip until we've finished answering the question. It's scary though. Like the first time I did that, there were 7 cards, which all fit, but was not expecting it to go that long. But it worked. It matched. It fit her needs. So I assume it was a her. I think it was. Yeah. If not, there was a feminine card speaking to her. So yeah. I think we'll shuffle this again and then do the table shuffle. I kind of wonder if it would be worth it to go to a convention and set up a booth and just do free readings. I mean, you could probably do paid readings too, but I'm not sure I want to bother going through all of that, setting that up. Unfortunately, it costs a pretty penny to be a vendor, so, and especially where I'm still probably in the amateur category, I might want to wait till I get a bit more on my feet to do that. But I think that'd be fun. Hey, Elise, yes, by all means, go ahead and ask your question. I'll just finish getting this deck ready, and then we'll figure out what deck is going to answer your question. And I should get my glasses so I can actually see the screen without having to squint. The clarity. A general life reading? I guess. I mean, personally, I prefer more specific questions because then I can tailor the spread and the reading to it. But if you don't have a specific question, that's fine. I'll just try to figure out how many cards you need, and then go from there. I mean, the 3-card spread, I think, is pretty common for that, um, but we'll see if we need anything else. So let me just finish shuffling this. What does the next month hold? Okay. It's an open-ended question, which is fine. It's just harder to set up a spread. I might actually want that deck. Let's see. Yeah, I think we want the Prisma deck for that question. So we'll set this aside. This one. Get that mat ready. What does the next one hold? Pocketbook. No problem. Just trying to figure out. It's looking like yeah, I think this is just a 3-card spread. Yeah. So we've just got 3 cards. I'll go ahead and flip them and then I'll show them to you. We have Strength, which is a major arcana. We have the 4 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. And let me go ahead and show you the cards. There you go. So Pentacles tends to be more worldly, earthly, material. It tends to have more of that focus. Strength will be interesting, but we'll see as we get into that. Because I'm used to reading that in the context of relationships, but where you're asking about a month, we might get a different read. So Strength, empowerment, confidence, vitality. It's easy to slink away from a tough situation, but it takes real strength to surmount one's obstacles and press on. It is possible to be indomitable. By being resolute through difficult times and sustaining a strong, impenetrable core, you can forge on indefinitely, constantly renewing your horizons. Do not be afraid. Fear is the mind killer. You need only to believe in yourself unconquerable for it to be so. I don't think that's necessarily advice. I'm getting the sense that it's probably more your personality or maybe just your situation. But basically, you've got a strong position that you're going through that month in. As far as what else, let's get into these pentacles and see what they have to say. Next, we want 4. So greed, selfishness, materialistic. These are some of the few pentacles in the suit that do not glimmer. By hoarding his abundance, refusing to share or invest, the miser's wealth has become stagnant, self-diminished. Blind to his spiritual penury, he believes he has succeeded in his ventures. Take a lesson from this unhappy man. A dependence on the status quo will only leave you unprepared when change inevitably shakes you. Relinquish your grip. Let yourself go. So, I mean, that's in a sense it's got some arrogance in there, um, which makes some sense, building off of strength where you do have a strong position. Um, the Four of Pentacles suggests you might squander that, so that would be a warning to take, um, to not get too complacent, um, to revisit. Well, I don't know specifically what you're going through or working on, but that's well, and then maybe it's speaking to him, so, or her, I guess. And then let's get the well, because the reading is for you, but it's possible that he might be influencing you in that regard. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. But let's get the Seven of Pentacles, and maybe if we've got a better picture of this. Oh, congratulations! Let's see. So for the Seven of Pentacles, we have setting intentions, great reward, future planning. Innocuous and unassuming, within every seed rests a sleeping empire. Whether or not it rises from dormancy depends on many factors, not the least of which is simple chance. Nevertheless, whatever you cultivate has a good chance of surviving into maturity. So take care that what you are planting is wholesome and fully accounted for. Don't be fooled by the smallness of their being. Potent, fertile, they wait to sire nations. Yeah, if anything, that just spoke to your child, in a sense. So, showing the cards again. So yeah, there's that strong position you're working from, which is probably going to carry you through any of the hardships that you'll face. But Seven of Pentacles, that would just be encouraging you to prepare for your child, which I imagine you're already doing to some extent, but maybe revisit that. Similar to the Four of Pentacles, your partner might be rubbing off on you, but it also might just be that, well, you think you're done, and maybe that is the case, but I guess maybe just double check is really the advice I'd give from the Four of Pentacles. Make sure that you're not overlooking or not addressing or revisiting things that really do need to be revisited, whether that's refreshing your relationship with your partner and keeping that alive and well, whether it's revisiting your plan for your child and going over stuff there. Yeah. And I think we're done with this, so let me just go ahead and turn that off. Let's see. I don't think we want the Prisma deck for insight. I think we'll probably want the Destiny deck. Insight can be good for relationships, but I feel like this would be better. And then I'll try to suss out whether it's just one card as requested. And I think, yeah, this should be fine. We have Knight of Wands. And I have an electronic guide for this. So I'll show you the card in the end, but this is what I'll be referencing anyways. Knight of Wands. And there we go. The Knight of Wands shows up when there is a bold, empowering movement in your life. The Knight encourages you to move forward with passion. An important message is about to be delivered. You are embarking on a spiritual quest, awakening to a deep truth. If you are waiting for certain messages to come through, now is the time. This card shows up as an auspicious moment for moving into a new home, finding new work uh, or progress on a project. The knight inspires those around him. There is fast movement in one area of your life, so be prepared. So overall, good card. Sounds like you guys will be moving forward with stuff or with something. Um, it's not necessarily going to be all aspects of your life. But yeah, there will be a movement. So let's see. Looks like we've got a fuzzy picture today, but that's the card. So, so maybe this is follow through on that, making it a real home, really owning it. No problem. I hope it was good. So it's fun doing readings. So thank you for the opportunity. I'll go ahead and start shuffling these back. Okay. And we'll just get these ready for the next person. And if you need a drop, if you were just stopping by, that's totally fine. This is pretty much a come and go sort of thing. So, and do I need to? Nope, that deck feels good. Okay. All right, so that one is back. And now this one. And this one you can table shuffle for. Careful. Don't want these running all over. And yeah, we can chat about whatever, or I mean, I feel like this spread machine is what I'll be looking at. So I guess if we don't get questions before then, we'll switch over to that. Not that we won't take questions, just as a means of passing the time. I'd like to get more acquainted with that. Okay. And all right. This deck is ready, or at least ready enough. Oh. Looks like we might have lost the phone. I'm not sure why it felt the need to refresh. Maybe it caught on that it was having a poor connection. But yeah, we haven't had any more questions, so I'm inclined to take a look at some of the spread machine cards. Was that mine? Huh. I wonder if another tab is trying to talk. Or maybe it's telling me that the phone reconnected. Yeah. Okay. And let's switch that so that we can show spreads. And good to go for when we need it. I don't think I want to look at the main Spread Machine deck. I think I want to look at expansions today. More specifically, Change. So this is supposed to help with your shadow work, light work. Sorry about that. I don't know how that comes across. I should probably view some of my recent videos to get a sense for the sound quality. It's been a while since I've visited that. Quick start guide. We've got the full heart poses a question and a clear heart to help you heal. So the full heart trying to trigger stuff that needs visiting, whereas the clear heart is for full stuff. And of course, if you've got questions, go ahead and ask them. I'm just going to explore these cards. See if maybe one speaks to me, and maybe I'll do myself a reading. I mean, frankly, I just like the art on these two, so it's got a kind of watercolor. So I guess, for example, and we'll see how well that comes through. But that's bypassing, and here's Judgment. So, I mean, style of art that I like. So I've already talked about how I don't necessarily need this for making spreads, but yeah, it is just beautiful stuff and possibly more affordable than some other art. But of course, if you've got questions, drop them in. Otherwise, we'll just be examining some of these. So I've already pulled out Amplify and Rage. Silence seems to speak to me a bit. Cracking my neck. I think I'm starting to be able to crack both ways. Which pros and cons? I think we'll pull out Polarization. I'm not quite sure. And now we're getting into calls to action. Should I pull out Validate? Let's pull out Reciprocate. No, not Validate. Connect. Nope, apparently not. Champion. It's a warmer card than some of the others. But yeah, not that one. Just trying to see what speaks to me right now. We've got Reform and Reclaim here. Let's see. Not Reform. I think we want Reclaim. Okay. Nope, not Defend. Are we still in call to actions? Yes, we are. And by that, there's different categories of card. So we went through shadow work ones earlier, areas you can focus on, improve. I like Speak. And now we're getting into Flux cards. What are those again? Overarching concepts that govern our worldview and can shift depending on the context and relationship. Okay. Privilege. Justice. We already have. No, I guess we didn't do Judgment from last time. Nor Stereotype. Meh. Consciousness. Maybe. Okay, we'll pull that aside. Let's see, what else do we have? No. We have freedom. And the last card is progress. Do we want to include that, though? I'm not so sure. If we need to take it out, we can. And of course, I'm just playing with these largely for myself, and I guess to an extent for your entertainment. But yeah, if you want to ask questions or want to talk about, well, basically anything, just drop it in the chat and we can talk. So we've got 4 flux cards, 3 call to actions, and 4 call to actions. Amplify is a call to action, and 3 shadow work cards. That makes more sense. The shadow work tend to have darker tones. So we've got silence, rage, and polarization for the shadow work. We've got, and obviously I'm picking these out of a bunch, but reciprocate, reclaim, speak, and amplify. And we've also got privilege, conscious, freedom, and progress. So we'll see if we want to. I don't know if we'll actually make a spread, but let's take a look at a shadow work, because that's where we're trying to focus, where we're trying to improve. So let's start with rage. How have your rage, anger, and bitterness played a part in your worldview, your expression, and your interaction with others? Have you lost control? Or how have you lost control? And in a clear heart, how can you diffuse and navigate a difficult or aggressive situation? How can you de-escalate? So, there we go, towards the camera. So that's the rage card. We'll go ahead and throw that into a place. It's laying with the spread. And then, we'll go ahead and read silence. How and why have you chosen to remain silent? How can you activate and lead with your voice? How can you create a positive effect by speaking up? And then a clear heart. What are your experiences with the silence of another person or group? How can you inspire others to speak with courage, wisdom, and compassion? We're going to put that next to rage. I don't think people would normally associate those, but I'm pretty sure any rage I have has been silenced. So for me, at least, they're a bit more related. And then polarization. How have you fallen to extreme attitudes or thinking? How have you failed to consider nuanced and alternative perspectives? And then the clear heart. How have you been subjected to the inflexibility of others' beliefs? I feel like this would be part of another spread, so we'll set this off to the side for now. And then let's see, we've got call to actions, maybe we'll focus on flex right now. And we've thought my phone vibrated. We've got privilege, consciousness. We'll set these others aside. I feel like these might, I'm getting the sense that these would fit well, so we'll set those in. And then, so we'll set the other two aside. And then, I think almost certainly we want reclaim. I think we want speak as well. And I think we're saving the other cards. So, yeah, so we'll lay reclaim there and speak here. So, interesting little spread. Let me shift things. And maybe I'll end up just finishing this another time, because if you've got questions, we can certainly answer those. But I'll show you what I've got. And make that big. Okay. So obviously cards we've set aside over there. Seem to have a pretty slow connection today. Got me a little worried. So we've got rage and silence here. And then, I mean, for a normal spread, we would lay those first, and then obviously the reclaim and the speak partly on top. And then we've got privilege and consciousness in these areas. And I think we've got a spread, so I think we might as well. Well, I'll probably end up doing that another time. Let's see what we've got with the other cards. So we've only got one shadow word card. And we've got, let me collect these to make room. Set those aside to use later. So we've got polarization. And then we've got a number of things. So we've got freedom. Reciprocate. Progress. And amplify. Hey Priya, yeah, by all means, go ahead and ask your question. Just put together a spread, so I'm just gonna take a screen capture so that I can do a reading with it later. Orient. There we go. Okay. Polarize, freedom, reciprocate, amplify, progress. And that's mostly for my reference. I can go back to the video later and find it when I need it or want it. So go ahead, ask your question. I'm just going to set this stuff aside. There we go. Ulrich, reach out by the end of this weekend? Yes, no. This sounds like a Destiny deck question. Let me go ahead and switch my setup for that. I mean, I'm sure there's other elements we're interested in and whatnot, but at least the way you're phrasing the question, it's just, well, as you put it, it's a yes, no. So let me show you what I'll be doing. This is the digital guide for the deck that I'll be using, and this is the yes or no spread that they brought with it. Short and sweet, has its perks. But I feel like people want to get into the nuance as well. So, but we'll see. I mean, sometimes people have follow-ups, and we can get answers from the cards used in the yes no. And let's not cover up my chat. There we go. Okay. Is this ready? I think I need to shuffle, unfortunately. And phone's back online. Great, so I can show you the cards. Do I? Or am I just pulling from the bottom? Sorry, trying to figure out what cards. And yeah, that one's coming from the bottom. I think we've got one from the top. Is there another card? Sorry, just figuring out what cards we're using. Should be fine. I feel like there's a caveat somewhere, but hopefully we'll figure it out as we get into it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and flip the cards. We have the moon, and that's a no card, unfortunately. Well, I guess could be fortunate. We have judgment. Looks like that's a yes, because that's not in any of the other categories. And then what's our last card? You can do it. We have Ace of Pentacles. Looks like that's also a yes card. Okay. So we're getting into the 2 yes cards with a no or neutral. So probably yes, but it may take time. So where you're specifically asking about the weekend, sounds like it might not be tonight, maybe not even tomorrow. Seems Sunday is more likely. I'm just not quite sure. It might even be further in the future. That might be the caveat I was feeling. But yeah, so it sounds like, oh, let me show you the cards. Sounds like a yes, but I'm just not quite sure on the time frame. So there's the Moon, Judgment, and the Ace of Pentacles. So there we go. Sorry if you were hoping for something else, but that might be, yeah, that might be what it is. Yeah. No problem. Okay. And now to get this deck ready. And of course, if anybody, or even yourself, Priya, has questions, feel free to drop them in. I'll just be getting this ready. One shuffle and then table. Okay. And of course, if we don't have questions, stuff to chat about, we can just go back to the spreads from earlier. So that might be good. You're welcome. Yeah. Hopefully it's for the better, but we don't always appreciate it in the short term. Thanks, Priya. So let me there we go. Now we can see each other. Or well, I mean I can see you, but sometimes I feel like I have half a conversation. So I think for others it's useful to see the rest. Okay. Ooh. Nikki Tilia. Or not Tilia. Tilla. There we go. Sergio going to get fired for dating employees and harassing employees to date him from FedEx. Well, also Priya, there's sometimes it's sort of like wine where it just needs time to mature to a certain extent. So, and in a sense, that's the same thing. Sweeter the fruit. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Nikki, I'm trying to think of how to answer your question. We could do a yes no like we did for Priya. I'm not quite sure that's the right way to approach that, though. Thanks, Priya. You too. Take care. Let's see. For your question, it's either going to be the Destiny deck or the Prisma deck. Will Sergio get fired for his action? Oh. I think we want the Prisma. I think we want an insight here. So I'll get that set up. And is the deck ready? Oh, wow. That seems pretty intense. I think we're going to do a similar yes-no spread. Not sure if that's the card we want. I think we've got this card. Okay. I think we've got our 3 cards. I'll show you the guide just in case. So we've got some cards that are no or neutral or exceptions, but everything else will be a yes. And then it seems like you're looking for a yes. So really you're hoping for 3 yes cards or maybe 2 and something else. I'll go ahead and, I guess I didn't show, did I? Maybe, I can't remember now. But anyways, let me flip the cards. We've got King of Chalices, and so that'd be Cups, Page of Wands, and 6 of Wands. So let's see. For Cups, the King of Cups is a yes. So we've got Page of Wands and 6 of Wands. Yeah, it looks like all of them are yes cards. So almost certainly he's going to be fired. I'll go ahead and show you the cards. But yeah, that's what we got. So sounds like he'll be paying the price. And frankly, based off of how you're asking and whatnot, I'm kind of surprised it's taking this long. So yeah. Hopefully that will make life a bit better. A bit more peaceable when he's gone. And yeah. I'll go ahead and shuffle these. Oh, wow. So yeah, it almost seems like, well, I mean, the cards say it's a yes, so it's probably just a matter of time. And it looks like the time investment is almost already paid. So, yeah. I guess I would just encourage you to follow up with the appropriate people. Because, I mean, some stuff will just happen on its own, but it never hurts to help push it along. So, as long as I don't know how much you've already been involved, but yeah. No problem. Sorry that that's been an issue. That's not fun. Yeah. I mean, it almost feels like the police should have been involved already. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Not a lot of happy places to go with that, but it'll get resolved soon. Okay. And yeah, if anybody else has questions, feel free to drop them in. And otherwise, we'll just be getting decks ready. So, hope that eases your mind. I hope you're able to enjoy your weekend. Because, well, yeah. Peace is a precious thing. So, yeah. Let's just get these in plus. And we might end up switching back to the spreads that I put together earlier. Okay. And now how to stack. Okay. All right. That deck's now ready. And of course, if you've got questions, just drop them in. But now we're going to switch over to the other spreads. So we've got the polarization one. And it looks like we'll be starting with that. Okay. So that was in the center. Freedom, amplify, progress, reciprocate. And what deck are we using for this? It's almost certainly Lost Forest or Cosma. Let me get them out. Yeah, I'm feeling the Lost Forest. So we'll go ahead with that. Set these ones aside. And, okay. I feel like I'm developing the habit, like when people are typing passwords and I reflectively look away. Starting to do the same thing with tarot when pulling out the decks to make sure that I don't see any of the cards. Maintain the mystique. Okay. Let's see which card goes where. Looks like we found progress. Amplify. Freedom. polarization. And obviously reciprocate. Okay. All right, we'll put those back. Okay, and let's get the bag ready because we'll flip these over. Okay. Let's start with freedom. It's in the top left. And for that, it's a flex card. It's got the notes: autonomy, independence, choice, liberty, sovereignty, exemption, forgiveness, self-determination, anarchy, disorder, chaos. So a bunch of concepts related to that, the idea of freedom. And the card we got is 6 of Fire. Success, overcoming, being recognized. Okay. And I mean, we'll probably go back as we flip more. Just once we've got more of the picture. Okay, we'll flip reciprocate, also call to action. To respond kindly, to return the favor or effort, to give back. And for that we have Page of Skies. New ideas, desire for knowledge, curiosity. Okay. So there's some free flow of creativity there. We'll go clockwise to progress. And it's a flux card, so our other notes are movement, growth, evolution, improvement, perfectionism, interesting, stagnation, breakthrough. And for this, we have Page of Earth, manifestation, financial opportunities, developing skills. Interesting. Continuing clockwise, amplify, to strengthen, to increase the volume, to broadcast. This is a call to action. And for this, we have the Moon. Interesting. Let's flip that. Fear, illusions, subconscious, divine feminine. Almost certainly not amplifying fear or illusions, but so it's probably talking about the divine feminine, maybe the subconscious. So yeah, that's interesting. And then on polarization, we have 8 of Earth. Oh, and I should know. The notes on polarization. How have you fallen to extreme attitudes or thinking? How have you failed to consider nuanced and alternative perspectives? And then to remedy that, how have you been subjected to the inflexibility of others' beliefs? Flipping back to 8 of Earth, we've got apprenticeship, skill development. For polarization, interesting. So I guess in the probably apprenticeship seems the more likely. But yeah. So I don't want to take up too much time because I still want to answer others' questions. I can reflect on this later for myself. But we'll go ahead and show the cards because if nothing, we love the art. So there we go. The guide is on the left. But yeah, so 6 of Fire, Page of Skies, Page of Earth, the Moon, and then 8 of Earth. And I think a lot of this stuff makes sense. It'll be easier later as I go through it, now that we have the whole context. But that's for me to do on my own. I guess unless people really wanted me to. But I feel like doing the other spread and getting that on the record as well so that I can reference it is better. Close this for now and collect up our cards. I'll have to recreate it anyways for pictures, so I can use that opportunity to review them. And set this aside. Sorry, keepers. And then let's pull out the other one. Oh yeah, so we had rage and silence. We had consciousness and privilege. We had reclaim and speak. So a fitting set. And we already showed people that. Now to figure out what deck. I think I'm leaning towards the Lost Forest again. So we'll need to shuffle this. And of course, if you have questions or anything like that, go ahead and drop them in. If you just want to chat, by all means. If you just want to listen, well, you already are. So, good job. Way to know what you want. Get it. I don't think I'll need to table shuffle this time. So pros and cons there. No, we need more shuffling. I think I'm getting to the point where, well, it happened earlier, where I sense particular cards that need to be pulled, which is understandable. It can be inconvenient trying to get the exact cards fitting the situation onto the top of the deck in the right order. So we found Rage and a few of the others, but Silence is somewhere else. Let's see if we can find it. Here we go. Yeah, no, where's that one? Okay. And then, well, that's fine. We've got one more of our cards. Maybe both. We still need Reclaim and Consciousness. Okay, we found Reclaim. Consciousness is somewhere else. And we might not. Not sure we. Well, no, yeah, we do. Okay. Let's see. found the card. I don't know, maybe I should get, a different camera setup so that you can see when I'm handling the cards. Trying to figure out which ones I'm using. This one looks okay. I'll shuffle here. Okay. I think we'll start with Reclaim. It's lying on top of Rage. So we have 6 of Earth. And I guess I should read the notes on Reclaim. But that is generosity, charity, giving, and receiving. Okay. And then if we flip the Rage underneath it, Knight of Oceans. Romance, charm, imagination, beauty. We're going to drop down to privilege, which is the world, although curiously it's reversed. That's probably just how I put it. But the world. And reversed, it would be seeking closure, hastiness, delays. So that's interesting. I don't intentionally do reversed. So, yeah, I'll have to come back to that. But I get the feeling that reversed was right for that. For silence, we've got Knight of Skies. So we have 2 knights for our shadow work cards. Ambition, drive, quick wit. For speak, we've got the Emperor. Authority, structure, a patriarch. And then for consciousness, and this one is also reversed. We again have the 6 of Fire from the previous spread. So, but this is reversed, and that would be exhaustion, overwhelm. Interesting. And I'll go back as I'm going through it, figure out if the reverseds really are the right thing. Let me spread so that I can get that hint of how they laid out. Or actually, no, I've got the other. I'll have the other for reference, so we should be fine there. We'll just go ahead and capture this. So, 6 of Earth, Knight of Oceans and Skies, the world down there, the Emperor here, and then 6 of Fire, which was also in the previous spread. So, yeah. I wasn't following this one as closely as the other. Well, I wasn't reading through the cards. So, I'll figure out the meanings a different time. But what's important is we've got it captured. So, now we can go back as needed. Okay, I think I'm going to clean this up. It feels like we've had a good day. If you've got last minute questions for tarot or not, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to be packing this up and then saying farewell till next time. So, collect these. I know I'm going to need them, so no need to shuffle. And okay. think we'll call that a wrap. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you have a good weekend. And hopefully I'll see you next time.